Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to the Kwame Badu channel once again. It's Monday, so you know it's a new video up for you. Make sure you subscribe, comment, hit the notification bell so you can stay notified. Guys, today I actually want to speak to you about one thing that I was having a conversation with a colleague recently, and it was about regret. And I thought this week's talk, I'm going to actually make it on regret. And the conversation started like this. If you're 70 years old and you're looking back on your life, there's two things you're going to regret. The things you did and the things you didn't do. Which one or which version would you rather be? Would you rather be the person who looks back and regrets the things that they did? Or would you rather be the person that looks back and regrets the things that they didn't do? The irony in this question is that either way, there seems to be a level of regret. So I added a little spin on it. And what I said was, when I'm 70, I want to look back on the things and regret the things that I did do and not the things that I didn't do. Because in doing so will mean that I have no regrets. And what I'm basically trying to explain there is that when looking back on your life, if the things that you regret are things that you took charge and you went forward and did it, whether it turned out good or not, don't regret it. Because what you've gained from that is an experience. And experience leads to enlightenment, and enlightenment leads to your purpose. So even if the very thing that you've gone for hasn't given you what you wanted, even if you regret the fact that you did it and it didn't turn out rosy, you gained something valuable and irreplaceable. Yeah? And that's experience. So for example, let's say you and a friend are deciding to go to Disneyland Paris. Yeah? Your friend decides they're going to go to Disneyland Paris, but you decide you're not going to do it. You don't have the money, the time, the airline tickets are too expensive, whatever reason, you decide not to go. Now, the fact of the matter is your friend can come back with two vibes. One could be, that was amazing, you missed out. Or it could be, that was actually not worth it. I didn't really enjoy myself doing that. And these are the two parables that we tend to think about when making a decision to do something. We try and figure out what the end result will be and use that as a basis to what decisions we make now. Now, what I'm here to actually tell you is you've messed up if you've made that decision not to do it, especially if it's something that's not harmful and that you could gain positive experience from doing. Because a lot of us actually, what we do is we'll even advise other people based on what we've heard, read, seen, smelled. You haven't actually gone and experienced it yourself. You are advising or you are making decisions in your personal life based on what someone else has told you. Now, whether your friend enjoyed Disneyland or not is irrespective. The fact of the matter is they've experienced it. If they have a conversation with somebody about Disneyland, they'll be able to give a perspective based on their own opinion, not a Google review, not an Amazon review, not a review on Expedia. They've actually experienced it themselves. Now, what may happen is, let's say, for example, you're that person. You've gone to Disneyland Paris and it wasn't good. And you've come back now and you're thinking, everyone says there is so great. I didn't like it. Now, I'd like to make a disclaimer here. This has nothing to do with an experience in Disneyland Paris. It's purely an example. But let's say hypothetically you didn't enjoy it. You may now think to yourself, I've gained a certain level of individualism because everyone thinks it's good, but I actually didn't enjoy it. I don't need to follow and say and do what everyone else says. By going and experiencing it myself, I've actually found out whether this works for me. Now, if that isn't enough for you to pull your socks up and go out there and do what needs to be done to figure out yourself, then I don't know what is. But here's a second reason. Whether you enjoy it or not, you get enlightenment from that experience. That experience shows you that you are somebody who either likes or don't like, or this works for you or that doesn't work for you. The only way you're going to figure out your purpose is by figuring out yourself. And until you put yourself in situations where you're able to figure out yourself, which for me is your God-given right, you are never going to be able to figure out your purpose. And remember, there are two important days in your life: the day you're born and the day you figure out why. Now, many people think that purpose, they associate it with starting a big business or creating an empire. Great things. It's one of the purposes I'm chasing. But sometimes your purpose is to just buy that house, or to just buy that domain, or to put your kid or refer that school. There's something that you're supposed to do, because maybe that house that you purchased was your purpose, that 2 generations later, they're going to triple down on that property, sell it, and create a brand called Nike or McDonald's or something that will go on for centuries. But the initial money wouldn't be able to come from that from the start. Yeah. If you, I follow hip hop a lot, and if you know an artist called Master P, he got £10,000 from inheritance, I think from one of his grandparents passing. That £10,000, he's now created an empire and a legacy, not only for him, but for all of his children, for his entire family. And he goes on to help other people from the community. So you could actually be missing out, or selfishly denying generational opportunities further down the line because you're not willing to take the step to figure out your purpose. I'm not saying go and do whatever. I'm just saying figure out your purpose. Maybe you've already done it. Maybe that house you bought, that's the purpose, and you've set things forward. But you're never going to actually know until you find enlightenment. And you're not going to find enlightenment until you actually start doing more. Like the video that I posted up the other week. Say yes more. Take action. That was the name of the video. Take action. Be more of a yes, optimistic, positive person than one who says no. If someone says something to you and it seems, say yes, figure it out later. I'm sure you've heard that before. And regret the things you did, not the things you didn't. Because then you can truly give advice. Then you can truly say that you have lived. Because life, if not for experience, is just a waste of space. You're merely taking up space and using oxygen. What are you giving back to society? What are you providing? Not just for you, but for your family. And that, for me, is what the Japanese term ikigai is about. Yeah? Find your purpose. Thank you for listening. I hope this has given you some form of enlightenment. But don't forget to subscribe, share it, tell a friend to tell a friend, write your comment, hit the notification bell just in case it slips up and you missed that Monday. Stay notified. Have a fantastic and amazing week, and I'll see you next Monday. Boom.